Good morning, everyone. This is Curtis Hawks with Insurance Agency Marketing Services, and I want to thank all of you for being on the call with us today. We've got in my opinion, a very exciting topic. Pensions, I think, are a significant opportunity. Working with defined benefit, defined contribution plans, just the small business owner space in general. I think there's significant opportunity out there in the marketplace. And so I've got a couple of resident experts on the line with us with American National who are going to be going over what the opportunity is and different considerations that you should look at. Before we get into that, though, I wanted to take a few minutes to chat a little bit about some of the additional ways IAMS is here to provide value in your business and support it. First up is our new producer builders program. For those of you that might be new to IAMS or haven't worked with us yet, this is a great opportunity for us to really meet you where you're at and help you to get to where you want to be. So you can see we've got a variety of point totals here, and there's a number of things that you can tap into, whether it's workshops, leads, creative services, cash, trips, you name it. But it's a great opportunity for us to help partner with you and give you a new producer bonus as you get going with us. The other thing that I would mention to you as well is one of the cornerstones of IAMS is really customizing what we do to help support your business. And so if you're doing something marketing wise that's working really, really well for you, certainly reach out and talk to a sales director about how we can help partner with you on that with this new producer bonus platform. Our number is 800-255-5055. In addition to that, we've got a referred producer program. If you're currently working with IAMS already and you know of an advisor that you think might be a good fit for us, or we do some things that you think might be a fit for them, send them our way. Not only will you get a $50 bonus when they first get contracted, you'll get an additional $100 bonus when they place their first piece of business. And then on an ongoing basis, you can continue to generate additional revenue off of their production. You don't have to do anything. We'll take care of all the service, the support, all of that. And so it's a great way to increase your revenue on an annual basis. In addition to that, we've got our marketing reimbursement programs, as you can see there, $100 for every 100,000 of qualifying index annuity premium. And then on the life insurance side, $200 for every 100,000 of single premium life business, and then $200 for every 10,000 of target life premium. So it's a great way to double the size of your marketing budget. And that's one of the things that we've seen too here over the course of the last couple of years when it comes to marketing and prospecting is, oftentimes it's not just about being creative with what you do, but depending on where you're at in your location, investing some additional dollars into advertising is a critical component as well. And so we're here to support you on that as well. Back office support, normally, companies don't talk about back office support, but I think there's really been a spotlight that's been put on that. As we've had insurance companies go remote, as we've seen things bottleneck, all of that, I think it's really put a spotlight on the importance of having a good back office with your IMO, whether it's processing business, commissions, or even pre-sale, making sure you're getting the right quotes, product solutions, all of that. And I would tell you that I think we do it better than most. And if you haven't tested out our back office support, you definitely need to. In addition to that, did want to mention technology. So we do integrate with Firelight and iPipeline as well. We also integrate with American National and their EAP platform on our website. You can access all of that off of our website. We know that there's been significant adoption of e-applications on both the annuity and the life insurance side. So you can see here that we work with the majority of the major carriers out there. And the nice thing is you can just go to our website and be able to do e-apps with all of those carriers. In addition to that, we've got our creative marketing solutions. And I'm going to launch our first poll here real quick, but I'd mentioned creative a couple of minutes ago, and I think there's really true to that. With what we've seen with the advisors out there, advisors have had to be a little bit more creative in how they market and prospect. The same things that worked pre-COVID maybe look a little bit different in a COVID environment. And so it's a great opportunity to take a step back and reevaluate your marketing strategy, and we'll help you with that. And that's through our complimentary marketing analysis. And so what we do in that process is We schedule a call with you and we go through what your goals are for your business, what your current marketing assets look like, what your target market that you want to go after, and then put together a customized marketing plan for you to help accomplish those objectives that you have. And right now is a great time to do that. We're going into the fourth quarter. So whether it's trying to figure out, how do I want to attack the last 90 days of this year, or even start doing some advanced planning for next year and what you want it to look like, it's a great opportunity to do that. So you can see we got the poll up here. I'm going to go ahead and get this closed down. I can certainly have a sales director reach out and speak to any of you that are interested. And if you want to get ahead of the game, certainly feel free to reach out to us as well and talk to a sales director. But as far as our marketing services, we've got a very talented team that work in a variety of areas, whether it's digital marketing, print advertising, you name it, copywriting, very, very good team of people that work on a variety of projects. In addition to that, we've got the IAMS website. As I mentioned a couple minutes ago, we do have all the EAP platforms on our site and integrate with them that you'll need. In addition to that, there's a variety of resources, whether it's running annuity quotes, life quotes, you want to download paper applications, you want to see training information, industry information. We also have our sales resource library on the site, which I think is just a huge, huge opportunity. We've got literally hundreds of different point of sale and training pieces on there that you can instantly download on a variety of topics, on everything from life and annuity basics to loan regime and economic split dollar and everything in between. And I think it's really been highlighted here over the last year and a half as more and more advisors are needing simple and straightforward presentations to meet with people virtually. And you can find, again, a variety of different pieces that cover a range of topics right there on our website that you can instantly download. To that end, I want to mention Retirement Analyzer as well. We've had a lot of advisors use this platform over the years, and it really acts as that crystal ball for the consumer. The number one fear for most retirees is running out of money in retirement. And this software platform, in a simple and straightforward manner, really illustrates, well, let's say we took everything that you have, put it in here, is it gonna last? And if you weren't on pace to hit your retirement goals, or you were gonna run out of money in retirement, when would you rather know? Now, or when it's too late to do anything about it? And so you can actually get access to this platform through us absolutely free as a producing agent with us. And so what I would encourage you to do, if you've got questions on that or interested, reach out, talk to a sales director over here, and they can answer any questions that you have and talk to you about how you can get registered and get access to that. In addition to that, we do have an RIA, IAMS Wealth Management. We started that a few years ago, and they've just had absolutely phenomenal growth in that time frame. And so a lot of advisors over the last year and a half have focused or had a greater focus on practice development and adding additional things to their business. And so right now is a great time if you've thought about the idea of managed assets and increasing what you offer to your clients. Charles and his team do a great job. I would encourage you to reach out, talk to him, Duncan, over at IAMS Wealth. They can certainly answer any of the questions that you have and talk to you about what their value proposition is and how they can help you. Top Producer Summit. So we're very excited that we've got this set up for next year. We announced this in January of this year. Qualification actually runs through June 30th of next year, so there's plenty of time to qualify for it, but you can see it's a Mediterranean cruise. We're gonna work our way around the boot of Italy. And it really is an experience of a lifetime. Everything concierge level. It's gonna be a great opportunity, and we're really excited to be able to spend some face-to-face time with our agents and advisors on an amazing trip. And I would encourage you, if you've got questions on that, to certainly reach out and talk to one of the sales directors over here. In addition to that, we've got our Escape to Paradise promotion that runs to the end of the year. That's in partnership with Athene and is based off of qualifying Athene production. But it's going to be an amazing trip. You can see at the end of March to where just relaxation, beach, golf, shopping, amazing dinners. And we just recently announced last week that we're running for a limited time double production credit. So you can see there that there's a production requirement of 2 million of Athene production by the end of the year. that actually with the double production credits goes to $1 million. And so I would encourage you, if you've got questions on that, we've got our phone number up here. Reach out, talk to a sales director. But there's plenty of time here in the fourth quarter to qualify for that. Lastly, I want to mention our Life and Annuity Academy. So we've got one of those actually coming up this week. But if you've got interest in that, we are going to be getting those back online. Last year was tough. That's one of the things that we love to do, is meet with advisors on a regular basis and talk about different sales concepts, marketing ideas, etc. And so we're excited to be able to start doing those again. So certainly if you have interest in it and want to inquire about upcoming dates for the Academy, definitely let us know. So with that, as I mentioned, we're going to be talking about pensions and the opportunity in the pension space. And with us today, we've got Mike Carcello and Bob Kline with American National. And I would tell you, one of the nice things about working with American National is, one, they do it better than most, but then secondly, they make it, I don't want to say make it really easy, but my point being is that you've got a really good team of experts over there that if you haven't worked in this space before, they can really work with you and help you to implement these types of plans. And the reality is, in the small business owner space, there's a lot of stuff going on. There's a lot of stuff going on. We've got this new spending package that is working its way through Congress. And so anytime you've got the potential for higher taxes, especially in the business owner space, the appeal of tax deductible plans gets very, very attractive. And so Mike and Bob are going to spend some time with us today talking about what the opportunity is, how to prospect, as well as some of the products that are available as well. So gentlemen, I appreciate you taking some time with us today, and I will hand it over to you.
Well, good morning. My name is Bob Kline. I am the Assistant Vice President in charge of pension sales at American National. I hope my presentation is up and you can see it.
Yep, looks good.
Very good. All right. What we're going to be going through this morning actually is part of a three-part series that I do every year at the beginning of the year that I call So You Want to Sell Pensions. And so part one does deal with prospecting and actually locating prospects for pensions, because you're not going to sell a whole heck of a lot of pension plans if you do not have those prospects. But just a word or two about us before I get into the meat of the presentation. What American National does is we design, administer, and provide the funding vehicles for all different kinds of qualified retirement plans. Our focus in particular is on small employers, and when we're talking about small employers, what we mean there is private businesses with 25 or fewer people. We can take them a little bit bigger, but our real sweet spot is that under 25 group. Our goal is to help you market retirement plans to small businesses and to keep the process as simple as we can. And so how do we keep it simple? Is we don't require agents to have any particular knowledge in this area. I have plenty of people who have never sold retirement plans before that we work with to successfully sell plans to their clients. You don't need to know the difference between a 412(e)(3) plan or a 401k plan or a profit sharing plan. That's our job. What we rely on the agents to do is to bird dog the opportunities for us and gather some information for us about the prospect and get it to us to allow us then to do our work in terms of designing a plan. And as you can see from this screen, there are a lot of options out there available to small businesses. And so the idea is that we are capable in all of these different areas. And our job is to sort through the information that you provide to us about your prospect and determine which plan or maybe even combinations of plans might work best for that particular prospect. And so from your point of view, why should someone be selling pension plans? And I think that the number one reason why I think a agent should be in this business is that it is a hugely underserved market. There are millions of small businesses out there, and a shamefully small percentage of them have any kind of formal retirement plan program for the owners and their employees. Most of the players in this industry are interested in accumulating very large asset pools, and so they're naturally chasing after big plans, but they largely ignore all these little guys out there. That's not our approach. We're going against the grain, and we're looking for those small businesses. Small business owners in particular are usually concerned about a number of different things, but one is tax deductions to reduce their tax burden. They're certainly concerned about their future in terms of retirement planning and the future of Social Security. And from an agent's perspective, of course, this is an opportunity for you to increase business. And so getting right into it in terms of where to find those prospects, and I'm going to talk about a few of the techniques that I have seen that I think are particularly effective, but just from a very high level overview in terms of what has worked for agents out there. One is to start with your existing book of business. Who in that group is a small business owner? Local accountants are a very good source of referral. There are a variety of pension plan databases out there that you could mine for information. Certainly being out there in the community and getting your name known can be helpful. Mailing campaigns can work, and cold calling can even work. I know of one fellow who has been fairly successful. He'll just walk into a place because it looks interesting to him, and he'll talk about a number of things, including pension plans with the business owner, and he's managed to get some sales that way. But when we're talking about your existing book of business, the idea here is, well, to look at, who am I doing business with already? Because that means that they know you and that you have an easy introduction to them. And let's face it, we live in a what have you done for me lately world. And so if you aren't out there talking to your existing small business owner clients about retirement plans, the chances are somebody else may be. And so this is your opportunity to let them know that you care about them because you want to talk to them about retirement plans. But this could also serve as a additional referral source because you've done the retirement plan for that business. They may then have other needs. Expanding on this would be some of your clients, although they may not be small business owners, they themselves may work for a small business. And that certainly is another avenue to get an introduction to the decision maker because this person knows you and they are confident enough in you to introduce you to their boss or their boss's boss, as the case may be, to talk about a retirement plan for that small business. So that is a very valuable source of referral, is your existing book of business. Local accountants are a terrific source of new referral for retirement plan business. These are the guys who know who needs tax deductions. And if they know that you're in the retirement plan business, they will not hesitate to call you up and say, okay, I've got this client, he's got a huge tax bill, what can we do? And this happens over and over and over again. I have many agents who have developed strong ties to the accountants in their communities, and these serve as a fantastic referral source for them. So it's a question then of how do I get to know them? One of the things that you can do is just maybe sponsor some kind of a seminar for local CPAs. Another one is just to go do one-on-ones with the local accountants. But they are a terrific source of referral. Pre-approach letters can work. I think that what you'll find if you do the mass mailing is that you'll send a lot of letters out and get a few responses. But those that do respond, then those are usually pretty fruitful in terms of generating leads for retirement plan business. So what you do is you send out the letter and then follow up. Don't just send a postcard or a letter and then dead silence. Either go see them or call them, say, hey, I sent you a letter a couple of weeks ago. describing what we do in the retirement plan business. Can you come, or can we get together and talk about it? We have some pre-formatted letters that you can use as part of this effort. And if anything else, it gets you out there. It creates activity. Maybe you don't get the retirement plan sale out of it, but maybe you get something else. And of course, for those that do sell, well, there's another referral source for you. We make available customized ads. We have a number of them that we can make available to you that has your name and contact information on it. And so those can certainly be used as part of a mass mailing campaign if that's the avenue you wish to take. But they're also useful as leave behinds. If you are going to visit people in person, you can show them these and leave them with them. There, as I mentioned earlier, there are a number of databases out there that have information in them about retirement plans. And what they do, all of these are basically based on the same processes. What these groups like Free ERISA or Larkspur, what they're doing is they're mining the IRS and DOL Form 5500 database and pulling this information into a searchable format. And so this is going to be useful if you want to go after employers that have a plan already. It's not going to do any good with someone who doesn't have a plan because they won't be filing 5500s. But if you say wanted to search by zip code for anybody who has a 401k plan in your particular area, you could do that using these particular services. Most of them charge a fee for that service, but the Department of Labor recently put their database available online for free. It's not as searchable as, say, Larkspur or Free ERISA is, but if you want to just check out a business and see if they have a plan that maybe you're planning on visiting them for some other reason, you can go on the Department of Labor's website and search for their Form 5500 by business name. And that gives you some basic information about the plan and how many people are in it and how much money they have in it. It doesn't tell us everything that we need to know about the plan, but it is an effective tool if what you're doing is looking for employers that have existing plans. What to say? And I think that most of us have probably heard about the 30-minute elevator speech, but the purpose of conversation about retirement plans is to get them interested and to get information. And then that information and their interest will translate then into a proposal that you can show to the prospect. And so many of these are pretty straightforward. You know, good morning. I am a pension consultant here in Houston, Texas. How are you today? I work with local business owners to help them make them aware of the possibilities available to them through retirement plans. Do you have a minute? Did you know that the rules for small business retirement plans have been liberalized over the last few years? When was the last time you explored the options you might have? And that is certainly true. Just an aside here, the laws around pension plans are forever changing. And there's a move lately to expand the deductibility for plans, a move to get more people covered by plans. There's certainly concern about Social Security, and the government wants to make it easier for these small businesses to sponsor plans for their employees, including expanded tax credits that are available for setting up these plans. I'd like to give you a free look at what a tax-deductible retirement plan could look like for your situation. It could be costing you money not having a plan. This one, I think, grabs their attention more than anything else, is when you tell them it could be costing you money by not having a plan, they sit up and say, what do you mean? And the answers are fairly straightforward. I mean, one of the keys here is the tax deductibility of those contributions. And so why in the world be paying more in taxes than you need to be? And quite often the amount of benefit flowing to the business owner is very substantial under these plans. And so that it is helping him for his retirement. And the government has a program of tax credits that are available for setting up a plan. And so between the tax deductibility of the contributions, the accumulation of assets for the owner for retirement, the tax credit that's available for setting up a new plan, it very well could be costing your client money for not having a plan. And of course, you want to be the one to tell them that, because then they'll set up the plan through you. If they do have a plan, again, I'm a financial consultant. I am working with local businesses that have retirement plans. When was the last time your plan was reviewed? I can give you a free look to ensure that your plan is the best for your particular situation. It is costing you money if you don't have a plan design that benefits you as much as possible. And all I need from you is a census and some information about your current plan. What we will do in these situations is have the agent gather some information for us about the existing plan. In particular, the existing plan document itself is very important. And take a look and see if the plan that they have is really doing the most for them that it could be. Lots of plans are out there that were adopted years ago, and people aren't aware of some of the changes that have occurred with respect to, say, plan design, the things that we can do now that we couldn't do, say, 15, 20 years ago. Our plan was set up for when Dad was running the business. Dad's getting ready to retire. Is the existing program that they have the best fit now for the kids, now that they're taking over? And I have to apologize. My neighbors are having some tree work done, so you may hear chainsaws in the background. I do apologize, but it's that time of year where you got to get the trees trimmed. Moving along, conversation starters. Does your business have all the tax deductions that it needs? And the answer should be, most of the time anyway, no. What other tax deductions can I get? Well, do you have a retirement plan? No. Well, you should, because that's a great way to get tax deductions. Do you have all the retirement income you are going to need? And as I said, as the baby boomer generation is aging and heading into retirement, an awful lot of people are paying attention to this one in particular, because there is concern that maybe we have not set enough aside for retirement, and what can we do about it? I recently added small business retirement planning services. Thought about you. You had mentioned once that you thought about starting a 401k, but thought it was too expensive. I can help you with that. And that is, I think, a bit of a misunderstanding out there in the marketplace, is that they think that these plans are very expensive and very complicated. And they really aren't. Their most basic plan designs are so simple that you don't even need us to help design them. I think of things like SEP IRAs, and 401k plans even are not that complicated. It's how much do I wish to contribute to the plan in the form of a salary deferral, and there it goes. It's not that tough. So dispel them of the notion that there's this big, complicated, expensive process involved. And then again, have you considered putting a retirement plan in place to help with your tax bill? That is certainly always going to get a business owner's attention. So we provide the tools to help. We have all sorts of marketing pieces available aimed at small business owners. Some are plan specific, some are more general in their application. And I want to cover just briefly the process then of getting the information to us once you've got the employer's interest. And this all begins with our plan design questionnaire. And the plan design questionnaire is pretty straightforward affair. It's just a matter of gathering information that we need about the business in order to put together a meaningful proposal. One thing I would want to point out here is that it's really important that we understand exactly how the business is organized. I was working on one just very recently where the agent kept telling me that the business was organized as a partnership, and here's their partnership income. And lo and behold, we come to find out that they're actually organized as an S corporation, which completely changed the complexion of the proposal because the owners were paying themselves relatively modest salaries out of their S corporation. So it's important we have that information. And really, the more detail you can give us, the better, because that helps us along the way in terms of understanding their goals and objectives, their budget. You can see here we have a little rank from 1 to 5, 1 being lowest, 5 being highest, how important these things are to you. I can tell you that item number 1 and 2 are usually quite high, and item number 3 is usually very popular. And lately, what we've been seeing is with respect to why are they wanting to do a plan is because they're having trouble attracting and retaining good people. I read in the paper the other day that there's something like 10.5 million jobs open in this country right now that employers are having trouble filling. And so if you're competing for talent in the employee marketplace, what might tip the balance in favor of your clients hiring that person would be if they offer a plan as opposed to the guy down the street who does not. So all these things are important, but we just wanted to highlight a few. If they do have an existing plan, tell us about it. What do you like about it? What do you dislike about it? And you'll see that there is a list here of additional items that we need if there is an existing plan, so that we can take a look at it and assess it and make some recommendations as far as possible changes that they would make to it. And then, of course, there's the employee census information. So just to recap, what's the agent's role in all of this? One, as we've gone over, is bird dogging the opportunities, and we hope get a census. You send that in to us. We prepare a plan design for, a proposal for your prospect to look at. We will go through it with you to make sure that you understand it. And if you want, when you're showing it to your prospect, you can get us on the phone and we can be there to help answer questions that maybe you wouldn't know the answer to. Client naturally will be delighted with what we put in front of him and say, okay, let's go. And so then we would go through the process of getting plan installation paperwork completed. And then once all the documentation is together, you are then ready to introduce the finished plan, and you now have a pension plan client. For agents, the potential life insurance and defined benefit pension plans can be make for a very nice payday. Same thing with taking over existing 401k plans that have existing assets in them. That can also produce a nice paycheck. You're bringing new ideas to the table. Remember what I said earlier about we live in a what have you done for me lately world. You want to be coming back to your existing book of business and presenting them with new thoughts. It can be a great door opener for people who you might not have a relationship with right now, because people do want to talk about retirement. It's on people's minds. I would also mention it's a good door closer because then you're deepening your relationship with your client to where not only maybe have you sold them some life insurance, now you handle their business's 401k plan. Who knows what might come your way next. Web support, we have a pension sales website that has a ton of information out there for agents. And so I invite everyone listening in here to pay a visit to our pension sales website. And you can see that it's pension.anicoweb.com. And there you will find all sorts of things like marketing materials, plan implementation documentation, a place on the site there where you can request proposals. We've been recording webinars like this that we do twice a month and archiving them on this site. And we've got them going back to, I think it's about 2015 now. So several years worth of webinars like this one out there. And we have information about our products. We have 3 main pension products that we sell. One is our non-registered group variable annuity contract. And I always emphasize non-registered in that this is not required to be registered as a security. And because of that, the contract can be sold in most states by agents, even if they don't have a securities license. And so that lets agents get into a marketplace, say, for example, participant-directed 401k plans that they never could have gotten into otherwise. We have a group fixed annuity that we use mainly in fully insured defined benefit pension plans. And we have a limited pay whole life product that we use pretty much exclusively for sale in qualified plans if you're going to, say, insure the death benefit in a retirement plan in case of the early demise of a plan participant that would allow the plan to self-complete itself, as well as the opportunity for business owners to purchase needed life insurance on a tax-deductible basis. So there's tons of information about the products out there as well. If you want to see the performance history on the group variable, that's all out there. We have over 50 different funds available on that contract, managed by Fidelity, T. Rowe Price, Invesco, Federated, Fred Alger, and so on. And so it covers a broad range of options, from very conservative like money market funds or government bonds to international equity and small cap growth for the more adventurous investor. So please pay us a visit. It's no password, just come on in and feel free to browse around. Here is your plan design team here at American National. That's me in the middle. I head up this group, but Andy and Dominic and I have all been at this for quite a long time, and we are ready and willing and able to help you and your clients with their retirement needs. If you wish to contact us, I mentioned the website, but you can also email us at pensionproposals@americannational.com or pick up the phone and give us a call at 888-909-6504. All right, that concludes my presentation.
Fantastic presentation, Bob. This is Mike Carcello speaking. I am not an expert in your field, but I got to say I learned something new every single time I listen to you present. So thank you very, very much for that. Just wanted to open it up to any questions out there for anyone that was on this.
Taking a look here, we had a couple of questions here. So one question is on pensions. You know, you could go into next year and make an IRA contribution. How does that work in the pension space? Can you set this up next year, or does it need to be this year?
That's a great question. It used to be that we worried about a December 31st deadline to get plans established in order for employers to take tax deductions for contributions made for that year. But the Secure Act made some changes to the adoption deadline for not all, but a large number of plans. So profit sharing plans, defined benefit pension plans, fully insured plans now have until the due date of the employer's tax return in order to formally adopt the plan and take a deduction for the year that they wish to or have adopted the plan for. So for example, we had a number of clients this year setting up plans in March meant for 2020. Now, the one type of plan that this does not apply to is 401k plans. With a 401k plan, you have to have the plan set up before deferrals can begin. And so if somebody wants to make a salary deferral contribution for sometime in 2021, that plan has to be up and running before they can start putting the money in. So the extended deadline does not apply to 401ks, but anything else is fair game. Pension, profit sharing, you can now adopt all the way up until employer's tax return due date.
Okay. Let's see here. So one question is in light of the proposed, which obviously nothing's finalized yet, but in light of some of the proposed tax increases, shouldn't this be something that we should be actively talking about right now, potentially?
Oh, absolutely.
In advance of that?
That, of course, we don't know what the final tax bills are going to look like, but I think it's a fair certainty that, especially for higher earners, taxes are going to go up. And a retirement plan would certainly be an effective vehicle for reducing that tax burden.
Okay. Another question that the last question I see on here is, are you guys available? Like, let's say that an advisor had a client, they wanted to get somebody and maybe answer some questions. Are you guys available to talk to clients, or do you just deal with the agents?
We can talk to the client as long as the agent is there. It's not like you can just have Joe client call me up and talk to me direct. We always want to have the agent there on the phone with us. But if they want to do some exploratory conversations, even before they submit a proposal request, that's fine. We can do that, but the agent needs to be there with us on the phone.
Okay. I had another question come in too, is what is the, and I'm sure it varies by plan, but is there a minimum number of employees that need to exist to do these?
Well, I think it's more a matter of economics in terms of how much money are people looking to put in. We do plenty of, and as a matter of fact, just before I got on this call, an agent had called me about a real estate agent she's working with who wants to set up a 401k plan for his real estate business, and it's only him. And he's looking, though, to make some pretty significant contributions, and the fees are not out of line. And so we'll do one person. No problem there. Upper end with us is probably about 90 lives. So if you're looking at anywhere between 1 and 90 lives as being viable for us.
Okay. Okay. Well, I think that rounds out the bulk of the questions that we had off of this. So Mike, if you wanted to chat a little bit about product portfolio with American National.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for that, Curtis. You know, there is a lot of things going on right now on the live side at American National with new product launch as well as new index crediting strategies, our IUL products. If you're not looking at our live products now, you definitely should. We have a new protection IUL product that just came out in July with that has 2 new index crediting strategies that are available on that product. One being the NASDAQ 100 and the S&P Mark 5 with this product, you could dial in a guaranteed death benefit anywhere from 80 to 121. It's definitely a great fit for someone that's maybe in their 50s looking to save for retirement, and for someone who is also looking for a guaranteed death benefit. Now, our top seller at American National on the life side would be our guaranteed universal life product. This one, you could dial in a guaranteed death benefit anywhere from 95 to 121. So it's basically just a life or term product, but what really makes this product unique is the ROP feature that comes with this product that is available in the 15th, 20th, or 25th year. So if you have someone that needs life insurance coverage, but let's say in year 20 they don't need coverage anymore, the kids are going off to college, for example, you can ROP this GUL product, get the premiums that you paid into the policy to pay off your mortgage, pay for college tuition, remodel your kitchen, buy a sports car that you've always wanted. I mean, you could definitely repurpose this GUL product to fit a wide range of different scenarios. So it does have more uses to it other than just pure life coverage. It's also great for collateral loan assignments as well. Let's say you signed up for a 20-year loan and you need life insurance to back that up. You could get our guaranteed UL product, ROP the product in year 20 after the loan has been paid off, and get your money back. So definitely a great deal for the customer. And as well as premium competitiveness, we typically rank in the top 3 with this product. So it's by far our flagship product and probably what we sell the most of at American National. The protection IUL is brand new. We're the new kids on the block with this product, so we are definitely getting it out there, and we think we have high hopes for this product. We think it's very competitive, where we could compete with those other carriers who have been there for a while. And on top of the products that we had that are very competitive, we have accelerated benefit riders that are available with all of our life products, even our term and our whole life, IUL, everything that are automatically packaged into our life products for no additional cost to the customer. So they're already built in. And if you want to submit an online application with us, no problem. You could go to the IAMS website, put in your agent producer code, and then once you do that on the IAMS website, you have to click on the American National logo and put in your producer code. It'll take you straight to our expert app platform. So it'll take you right into our website, and then you just submit the online application. So there's a lot going on there that we're excited about. So we're definitely worth a look if you haven't already looked at us on the live side. So with that being said, if there's any questions or anything like that, I could definitely answer them. And if not, then I believe that's all I have at the moment, Curtis.
Okay. Well, I'm going to launch our final poll of the day, which is American National does have a pension prospecting toolkit that's available. And so you can see there, you check yes or if you're interested in receiving that. We did get one additional question, Mike, which was, how competitive is the product for an age 58-year-old? But I guess to echo what you're saying is we've seen that product be very competitive, and the best thing I would tell you to do is reach out, talk to one of the live sales directors over here, and have us run some numbers on the case that you have and get those out in front of you. Kind of, I guess, echoing a theme that we've kind of been talking about over the course of the presentation is, I think when we're facing the potential for some significant tax increases, the importance and the ability to, deduct and defer income can be very important. And I think the other thing too is, when we talk about tax diversification, which I know has been a big topic this year, I think it's going to continue to be a big topic as we go forward. I think it's important to say that having money that's in different buckets, that's taxable and potentially tax-free. If you just wanted to fund one of American National's IULs and be able to generate the tax-free income, I think it's important to have different buckets of money that are taxed differently, because we don't have a crystal ball. We don't know what tax rates are going to be when somebody goes to retire. But I wasn't sure if you guys could maybe shed a little bit of light on that in regard to the importance of tax diversification. Oh, Bob, you might be muted.
All right, I'm actually waiting for my dog to stop barking. I think that he sees the tree people. So tax diversification, certainly, I can speak to that, because you see some of that going on in the retirement plan world. Specifically, I'm thinking about 401k plans, and I do apologize for the dog. The ability in 401k plans, for example, to contribute to the plan on both a traditional pre-tax basis as well as on a Roth after-tax basis has potential there to diversify, because some of them that is going to be taxable coming up, but of course you don't know what the tax rate will be when you retire. So it may be more advantageous to you to instead set at least some of the money that you're contributing aside on a Roth after-tax basis. So if you leave the money accumulate in the plan for the requisite accumulation period, those dollars come out of the 401k plan, not only the contributions that you made, but also the interest that they earn come out on a tax-free basis from the plan. There's a great example of diversifying to hedge things a bit. And I think with the life products, of course, the ability to borrow tax-free against the assets that have accumulated in those policies is a great strategy as well.
Well, absolutely. And I think the one of the big takeaways is there's a lot of opportunity in the marketplace that exists right now. And your team here at IAMS, as well as American National, we're here to support your business and work with you when you've got prospects and cases that you want to talk about. So I'll go ahead and close this poll down. And again, I want to say I appreciate everybody taking some time today to be on the call with us. And again, whether it's reaching out to your life sales team over here at IAMS or American National, both really good resources, and hope that everybody has a great rest of the week. And Bob and Mike, I appreciate you guys taking some time with us this morning.
Absolutely. Thank you, Curtis, and thank you everyone that could jump on this morning. And it was very informational. And again, I hope everyone has a great rest of their day. And thanks again for your time this morning.
It was my pleasure. Thank you, everyone.